Okay, guys, that's what you need to title it? Yes, sir. Review distributive property and solving. So these are basic skills that I'm noticing are causing problems. A lot of you are understanding the more difficult concepts that we're going over, and you know what the steps are, but you're getting stuck on some of the more basic math. So we're going to go over some notes, and then you have an assignment on it, okay? So once you've logged in, you're going to be doing the notes with us. Remember, you're going to take a picture of your notes when you're done and upload them for your daily grade. That's part of your daily grade. So make sure you're doing your notes. The first question we're going to do, negative 9b minus 2 times the quantity of 8b plus 9. Alrighty. The first thing we need to know is if we do order of operations. Do you guys remember order of operations? What do we do first? Distribute. Yes, exactly. So if we do order of operations, it's always... Now, sometimes I've seen this with a G instead of the P, and the G stands for group. So any grouping. So the trickiest thing here is knowing what to distribute. These cannot go together. The 2 is being multiplied by this parenthesis, so we have to distribute it first. So whenever we say distribute, what do we mean? Multiply. Distribute means multiply to a group. Now it's a specific group. Is this 2 being multiplied by the 9b? What's the 2 being multiplied by?
The answer to the parentheses?
Yeah, just the parentheses. So we're going to bring the 9b down. What is negative 2 times 8b? Negative 16 what?
E.
Don't forget your letters. Your variables matter. What else? Are we done? What now?
The 9.
Multiply it with the 9. What's negative 2 times 9?
18.
Positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative 18. If I were to say combine like terms, what would that mean? What makes something a like term?
If they have like the same variable.
It has to have the same variable to the same exponent. Another word for exponent is also, we can also say degree. We can also say power. So what can go together? What has the same variable? Negative 9b, negative 16b. Those two can go together. Am I going the same direction or different directions?
The same.
Yeah, I'm going backwards the whole time. Since I'm going backwards, I know it's going to stay negative. How many steps total would I have taken?
Like 3.
Well, nope. 9 steps backwards and 16 more steps backwards. Yes, sir. 25 steps. Don't forget the B. And what do I do with the negative 18? Just bring it down. Notice that I numbered my example, and I have some steps. I put some spaces in between so that it's easy to read. Let's try example. Do we need another one that easy, or should we go up a level? Up a level? I like ran out of space. I should have done a better job.
Is that 4B?
Yes, sir. Negative 6b times the quantity of. Whenever you have a parentheses like that, you read it as times the quantity of 4b minus 7 plus 5 parenthesis b plus 7. So just take it one step at a time, one simple step at a time. Let's start from left to right, easiest way. Negative 6 times 4. Negative 24. What do the two b's make? What do we do with the b's? When we multiply, yes, b squared. Remember to add the powers. So over here, I'm just going to make a little note. And I should say when the same variable multiplies.
Wait, what?
Okay, so if I had x to the 1 times x to the 5, it would be x to the 6. You add the powers together. But if I had x times y, those aren't the same variable, so it's literally just xy. If I have x times x, that means x to the 1 times x to the 1, so it's x squared. Let's go to the next part. Negative 6b times negative 7. What's a negative times a negative?
Positive.
So we know it's going to be a plus. What's 6 times 7?
35?
42. 35 is 7 times 5. You're 1 off. And don't forget your b. What's 5 times b?
5B?
5b. What's 5 times 7? 35. Okay? Do we have anything that can combine? Anything that can go together that's like terms?
42 and 5.
We do. 42b and 5b. See how those are the only ones with the exact same variable to the same power. So that means this is just going to come down. Can't touch it. What's 42 plus 5?
47.
Mm-hmm. And we're done. This simplification, where we put stuff together, this is a very fundamental skill that we need to get solid. This is going to be what helps you the most when you're doing any kind of math in physics, in geometry, in any other class besides this. This right here, this skill is the most fundamental. Okay, you guys ready for the next level? This is all review, which is why I'm not doing multiple of the same thing. Hi, Richard. Need help?
Yeah, can I have the notes from last week?
Yes. Can you just take pictures? Do your phone?
Or, well, I mean, do you have a blank copy?
Oh, you just need a blank copy? I think that's the one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Was there only one day you missed? I feel like you only missed one day, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one. All right, guys, go ahead. Do you guys remember how to do this? Anybody remember?
What's that? Yeah? Wait, no.
FOIL. Do you guys remember FOIL? This is from Algebra 1, so it should be review. Does anybody remember what the F stands for? If I said first, we're going to multiply the first two terms. So the first one in this one is going with the first one in that one. What is 4m times 6m? 24 what? Thank you for the squared. This is going to be outer, so the outside ones. So the 4m is on the outside and the 1 is on the outside. See how they're the furthest apart? What is 4m times 1?
4m.
Mauricio, you okay today?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm just worried that I'm not seeing you take notes.
No. I got a pencil.
I got pencils.
Miss, did you put in some notes last week?
Yep.
I can breathe.
Inner. So this is just going to go these two. 6 times 6m, what's that? 36m. And this is going to be the last two. So it's just like this. Honestly, FOIL is helpful, but you're just going to take the first one and multiply it to everything in the other group. Next one, everything in the other group. Every time. That's how it always works. Are there any other m squareds?
No.
So just drop them down. Are there any other groups with m's in it besides the 4m?
Yeah.
Which one?
36.
Do they have the same variable?
Yes.
Do they have the same power?
Yes.
Yep, so those go together. What's 36 plus 4?
44.
Just 40. 40m. And then the 6, is there any other thing that's just a number with no variable? No. What do we call it when it's a number with no variable?
A longer.
A constant. A constant is just a number. Do you guys read that as hashtag, or do you know that that means number too?
Yeah.
You know both? Good. I was like, I'm too lazy to write out number unless we have to. Okay, we've got 2 more examples for sure. And if you need me to, I can do multiple examples. Do we need another example of FOIL, or are we feeling confident?
I see.
Confident, says a few people. Okay. The next one, I'm actually going to go to the next page. I have a little bit of space here, but I'm going to need more space than that to make sure I have my work neat. So I'm going to put it at the top of the next page for myself to make it so that you guys can read. Sorry, I gotta move my computer so that I can have room to write. Okay, so just like last time, you guys, this first one is gonna multiply to everything in the other group, and the second one's gonna multiply to everything in the other group. So it's gonna go to everything. Everything goes to everything. So let's start with the first one. What is 5n times 3n squared?
5n cubed.
Nope.
15n cubed.
15n cubed. What am I going to multiply the 5n with next?
Negative 3n.
Good. What is 5?
15
Negative 15n
cubed.
squared. Right? Because I have 1 and 1. So
Right.
1 and 1 makes 2. What am I going to multiply the 5n with now?
3.
The 3 at the end. What is 5n times 3?
Just 15.
Plus 15 what?
N.
Thank you very much. Now, have I multiplied that 5n times everything in this group? Then I'm done. Come in. Max, what's up, babe? Having some issues?
Kind of. This question.
Okay, hang out for a second. I'll help you. Go ahead and multiply these two. What is 8 times 3n squared?
16 cubed.
It's going to be n squared. What's 8 times 3? 24. Now, here's my trick. I could do it here. I did it in pencil because I don't want to. But it's so much easier for me if I line them up by the power. So I'm going to put the squared under the squared. You guys following? What is 8 times negative 3n? Negative 24 what? Good. What about 8 times 3? Plus 24. And then just like if we were adding 137 plus 42, you add the columns. So here it would be really easy, 9, 7, 1. But just bring stuff down. 15n cubed. 24 steps forward, 15 steps backwards. Did I go more forwards or more backwards?
More backwards.
Try again.
More forward.
Yep. How many more forward? My pen is making my hand gross. Let me see if I have a different pen in my bag.
It's 9, right?
It is 9. I'm just looking for a pen in my bag. Give me a second. I don't know if this pen's gonna work. 9n squared. When you're adding and subtracting, the powers don't change, okay? So that's something we should probably write down. Exponents don't change. 15 steps forward, 24 steps backwards.
The negative number.
Put it together and you guys are on the right place.
Negative 9.
Good job, you got it. It's a different one from my bag. Okay, last example. I mean, we can do more if you need more, but I think you guys are getting it. Let's do... Thank you. Something I want you to notice. When I wrote my T, I didn't do this. That looks like a plus sign. Put a tail on it so it looks like a T. Does that make sense?
You look like a J.
A J? Kinda. A little bit.
Did you mean to put the equal sign?
Yes. It's the last one. What's up, baby?
I think I'm doing it right, but you want me to do it like that?
Yeah.
Or-
Go up. Pause. Summary transmission, health insurance, combination law, PPO.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you need 3. But we talked about different things. Okay. So this one, see the equal sign? Totally right. Right on the money, Gilbert. This one we're going to have to solve. So we're going to, anytime there's an equal sign, that's where I draw a line. And my first step is always simplify each side. That's always the easiest thing to do. So I would boom, boom, Let's go. Negative 3 times 3t. What does that make? Someone besides Gilbert and Holloway and Lisandro. Somebody else.
9t.
Almost.
Negative 9t.
Good. How about one of the Jacobs? Negative 3 times 6.
Negative 18.
Good. Marvin, what do I do with this negative 5t?
You add
To which thing?
the bottom.
Can you tell me which thing it's going with? Is it going with the negative 9t or the 18?
18. No, 19.
Why is it going with the 9t?
They will have the same variable.
Because they have the same variable, okay? Put those two together. Am I going forward or backward the whole time?
Backwards.
Backward, so I know my answer is going to be minus on this side. What's negative 9t and negative 5t make?
Negative 14t.
Negative 14t. Minus 18. That's as good as this side can get right now. Howard, pay attention to your notes with me. Let's go ahead and distribute this side. I'll pause and let you guys write because I see like frantic writing trying to catch up. What you got? Michael, what do I do?
So, I'm going to multiply the 2.
Two. Good, what does that make? Good. Howard, what do I do with the 2 now?
Bring it in.
Pardon?
Bring it in.
Nope. What is it going to multiply by? We did the 1. What else does it need to multiply by?
5 and c is 5.
What's 2 times negative 5t?
Negative 2.
Negative what? Multiply. So 2 groups of 5. Yep, negative 10 what?
It's t.
T. And that's as good as this side gets right now. Step 2. Get the variable on one side. Now, I always make it so that the variable's positive. So if I add 14t and 14t, would I get a positive answer? If I add 10t to both sides, would that make this positive? Can you guys see how if I add 10t, it would cross this one out, but it would keep this one would be still negative 4. So I'm going to move the t's to this side because I want to deal with a positive, not with a negative. Pedro, what's negative 14t minus 14? Hey, Pedro. Phone away.
What?
Negative 14t plus 14t.
Negative 14 plus 14t?
What does that make?
That's just 1. Because negative plus a positive is a 0?
It's 0. Like cross out. Because if you had $14 and you spent $14, how much you got left?
None.
None. Just bring it down. I'm going to bring down the 2. Who can tell me what 14t take away 10 is?
Positive 14.
Okay, I want that t alone. Sorry, this is step 3.
What this is?
Move constants to other side. Remember, constants is anything that doesn't have a variable. So I've got all the t's on one side. What do I do now?
You're going to add 2?
Almost.
I mean subtract 2.
Subtract 2. Thank you, Mauricio. What's negative 18 take away 2 make?
Negative 20.
What's 2 take away 2?
0.
What do I do with that 4t?
Bring it down.
Good. Last step, what do we do?
Divide.
Yep. Last step in the notes when you write it down is just isolate the variable. Because sometimes that means you have to add, sometimes that means subtract, sometimes that means divide, sometimes that means multiply. It depends on what you're given.
So we divide by 4?
Yes, sir.
That would be -5.
Congratulations. If you could do that, today's assignment should be a cakewalk. I have purposely tried to make today's assignment easy so that you could have time to correct or return, submit anything you're missing. It's in CUDA, okay? Make sure, guys, you have to take pictures of these notes. Pictures of these notes should be readable. I have a couple pictures that look like this. Can you read this?
Yeah.
I have a couple pictures that look
Yeah,
like
that's
this.
Or-
Can I see the whole thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Well, I see what I can see.
I'm gonna do my wide version.
Right? I need to be able to see it. I have other pictures that look like this. Like I can see that there's work there, but I can't read it. I need to see that you have all the notes for today so you can get your daily grade for participation. And then in your journal, make sure you're showing the work for today too, okay? So in here, you would say, this is your assignment one.
Ma'am, I think I lost mine. That's pretty good.
Distribution, property, and solving.
I'm good.
You see that?
Hey, is it the notes? The notes?
That's what I want to see on your assignments. I have locked it so that you have to do the assignments in order. It won't let you turn it in until you've done your previous assignments because I'm tired of kids trying to jump 10 assignments and then they're lost and confused. I don't have time for that. You got to do your work in order.